This album's really good. It's really, really good. Now, Sematary was introduced to me from the Needle Drops review, and I know this came out quite a long time ago. I think it was like early-ish May, but like it's such a good mixtape. Like I know I said hours up, but it is a mixtape, but I just had to review it. Now, before I start, I have to talk about the sounds of this album. I mean, it's so like if I had to describe it, it's like a psychotic sandwich smeared with disturbance and a hint of insanity is the best way I can describe this sort of thing. Now, after what I just said about it, it is kind of a rap album because you're gonna call me crazy. There are some like Chicago rap influences, specifically Chief Keef, and I know that sounds absolutely insane because on top of that, there is a lot of black metal vibes and just metal vibes in general. So Chief Keef and metal, it's a combination I didn't know worked so well. And now the songs. And I'm gonna go in depth to my favorite tracks on this thing, and I'm gonna go over like a few lyrics because the lyrics are just the best thing. Like it's just so weird, but it's so good. And the producer tags as well, man. It's just brilliant. The song Chainsaw Party has probably the catchiest chorus on this whole thing, and it's weird to say, but it has a kind of cheerful vibe to it, and that completely contrasts to how demented this whole mixtape sounds. I'm a Sinner generally turned on my fight or flight reactions. I mean, like, I was already used to like the kind of demented, scary sound of this, but when he started screaming in the chorus, man, like it came out of nowhere and I generally jumped. My favourite lyrics on this thing is, I'ma slap a proud boy, I'ma slap a transphobe, fuck what you're about, bitch, yeah, it's Antifa mode. And this is from a tweet. This is from his own tweet. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. The song Necromancer probably has my favourite chorus in this whole thing, had a very nice beat drop to it too. I love the calmness at the start of the song Forest Fire. It then goes straight back to Insanity. Don't get me wrong, it definitely keeps that vibe, but I definitely like the kind of switch up to it. The feature on it though, Buckshot, was definitely not needed. He wasn't completely terrible, but did kind of kill the vibe for the song for me. The beat feels somewhat heavenly on the song Creepin Through the Woods, and it's weird to say because this mixtape is very satanic to say the least. The second verse on it was a much needed breather though. Surprised to hear an acoustic guitar strumming at the start of the song Toothtaker, and yes, the title of the song does describe what this whole song is about. I'm gonna pull your teeth out and hang them around my neck. I shall never hear your sweet cheer up more, alas. Pliers and the clown mask, I don't really have no friends. I mean, what did I say? Toothtaker. What did you expect this song was gonna be about? But the calmness and the loudness of his voice is something I did not expect him to do, and I love it a lot. Didn't like it at first though, but this is like definitely the most like softest, quietest track on this whole thing, which is very amazing for me to even say due to how loud this album is. And the abruption at the end of the song Toothtaker to the song Come With Me to Hell is just scary to say the least. And the chorus too, man, I mean, just listen to this. I mean, it's literally kind of something out of a horror movie. Like, this is what horror movies feel like. If a horror movie were to just be a song instead, that's what it would sound like. The compression on the song Goin Mordum is just... Oh. I genuinely feel like I'm being drowned by the beat. This thing is one of the loudest songs on the whole thing, and oh, the DJ Soro intro to this song. I mean, DJ Soro never ceases to amaze me. And the chorus for Goin Mordum, I'm just going to pop it up on the screen so you can see for yourself. And you can pause it if you want, but my favourite lyrics on this whole thing is, I will wear your face skin to McDonald's. I mean, it's just the craziest shit I've ever heard, honestly. It's coming from at least a somewhat rap album. Absolutely loving the eeriness of the guitar at the start of Meet Me by the River. And this personal genius perfectly sums this whole song up. Sematary meets a girl at the river and murders her shit. I mean, like I said, perfect summarization of this whole song. And one thing I do have to say to critique the song is I wish there was another verse. It kind of felt like once it ended, I was kind of waiting for more, but it's still a great track nonetheless. And the final track, Crucifixion, loved the ending. This was a great ending to the whole mixtape. I like the switch up too. It kind of went from, you know, usual craziness. It brought over the craziness in the chorus from the song like I'm a Sinner. And the ending, it got to another kind of calm vibe to it. And it's like I said, I'm just so surprised on how Sematary can make such a loud, just makes anything loud, but can also make something somewhat calm at the same time. So yeah, this comes to the ending of the whole mixtape, and I'm gonna miss DJ Soro's producer tags for a while now. Overall, I love this project. I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm not a Satanist, don't worry, I'm definitely not a Satanist. I just love the kind of this vibe overall this album. I'm just very excited to see what Sematary does next. And I was looking at his discography, and he releases like 2 projects every year from just the last kind of, I think from like 2019, something like that. So hopefully he can release something new. I am very glad and honoured to say this. I'm feeling a strong 8 out of 10. The highest rated mixtape, project, album, whatever on this whole channel. Finally a positive review. And just to conclude this, if you don't like this, I totally understand. I know this is not for everyone, but if you do, congrats. You love it just as much as I do, and I hope we can talk about this.